Good morning children, hope you all are fine. This is grade 3 science class. Now today we are going to do activity on project children. So I am going to explain activity, how to do the lab activity and the project work. And children, we have done 3 activities. So today we are going to do 4th lab activity. So what you are going to write? Lab activity 4. So in that you are going to measure the lengths of any 5 different objects. You are going to take any 5 different objects or things and you are going to measure. We have learned measurements. So you have learned how to measure the lengths of an object. So you are going to measure the lengths of 5 different objects. That is your activity, lab activity 4. And you are going to follow these steps to write the lab activity. So the first step you are going to write aim. What is your aim? You are going to measure the lengths of different objects using standard and non-standard tools. After that, after writing the aim, you are going to write materials required. So what are the materials you are going to take? I am giving some of the objects and you can change and you can select any 5 different objects, you can write that materials. So in that I am giving ruler, inch tape. So these are the tools you are going to use to measure. So you are taking ruler, inch tape and the standard and non-standard. So for this ruler and inch tape, it helps you to measure the lengths of standard measurements. And you are also going to measure the non-standard lengths. So how you are going to measure the non-standard lengths? Through a hand span. So we have learned how to measure through a hand span. So in that way you are going to measure the standard tools and non-standard tools. And objects like door, window, table, chair, pencil, eraser, kitchen platform you can take. So in this way you can take any of the 5 different objects, or if you are not getting anything you can take these 5 items, 5 objects and you can measure the lengths of it. Suppose if you are taking a table, you are going to measure it through a ruler or inch tape. If you have an inch tape, you can use the inch tape to measure the length of a table, and even ruler you can use and you can write its measurements. So in the procedure column you are going to draw a table. So I'll explain how to draw here. First we are going to explain how you are going to measure. So you are going to measure through standard tools and non-standard tools. What are the different objects you are going to use? You are going to explain in that. After that you are going to draw the table and make 3 columns in it. First column will be objects what you are taking and the standard measurements. After measuring with the ruler or inch tape, you have to write suppose if you have written here door. If you have measured its length, you are going to write its measurement. Suppose if it is how many meters, 2 meters or 1 meter, how many meters it is, the standard measurement. And here non-standard measurements, it may be 10 hand spans. So in that way you are going to write. After that, in that way, same way you are going to complete for 5 objects. After completing the tabular column, what you have observed, in the observation column you are going to write. So what you have observed here, what you have observed, the standard measurements have given the definite units, whereas the non-standard measurements, it doesn't give the definite accurate measurements of any of the object. So in that way you are going to write your observation. The standard tools have given the standard measurements, definite accurate measurements, and the non-standard measurements will not give you the exact measurement. Conclusion. So what you can conclude by this activity? we can conclude that we have to use, to measure the lens, we have to use standard tools to get the exact measurements of any objects. So in that way you are going to conclude. So the non-standard measurements will not give you the accurate measurements of any object. So we have to use the standard tools to measure any of the objects, their lengths. So in this way you are going to complete your lab activity. So follow this procedure, children. Follow it and do the activity and complete your activity. Do it neatly, children. So children, after the lab activity, you are going to write project work. This is our 4th project work. Keep heading project work 4 and you are going to write today's date, which date that this video will be uploaded, that date you are going to write for the lab activity and project work. After that, you have to write the heading natural disasters. You know how to do the lab activity and project work. You are going to use color pencils, write neatly and colorfully. Write heading natural disasters and collect the information from the recently occurred natural disasters from the newspapers. So write the recently occurred natural disasters. Nowadays we are seeing that there have been many natural disasters are being occurred. So you are going to collect the information on that and you are going to collect the pictures, stick the picture of it and you are going to write what we have learned in our class, causes, effects and safety measures. So in that way you are going to write the name of that natural disaster. After that you are going to write causes, its causes, effects and safety measures, what the relief measures are given by the government. So the recently occurred you are going to write. If it is only 2 or 3, you are going to select any other 2. At least you are going to write 4 to 5 natural disasters in your project work. From 4 to 5 you are going to write. And the most preferred is you are going to write the recently occurred, collect the information from the newspaper and collect the pictures from the newspaper, stick it neatly and you are going to write the causes, effects and safety measures. Okay children, this is your project work. You are going to complete your activity, lab activity 4 and project work 4. Which date you are going to submit, the message you will get and submit on that day. Okay children, complete your work, do it neatly. So we have been left with one last subtopic from our last block. So what is that? S4 we have to do the one more natural disaster, tsunami. So from the block 25 natural disasters. So we have been completed 3 natural disasters like floods, drought and earthquakes in our previous classes. Now today we are going to complete the last subtopic from the last block. So tsunami is also one more natural disasters. So how the earthquakes will occur children? We have learned that earthquakes will occur due to the release of the stored energy from the earth's grasp. That means inside of the earth, when it is releases the sudden release of energy, the sudden release of the stored energy inside the earth. So it results in the form of shaking of the earth. But that we have learned this, that results in the shaking of the earth leads to an earthquake. So this earthquake, when it occurs in an water body, a large water body. So the earthquake which occurs in a large water body, inside the water body, that means a release of energy, sudden release of stored energy inside a large water body, which results in a large flow of water onto the land, is nothing but a tsunami. This is one kind of natural disaster. We can see a large waves, a giant waves, the water flows with a high pressure onto the land. So it may float away everything on the land. So that results in floods happening on the land. So this is a one kind of natural disaster. which occurs in a water body like seas or oceans. So let us learn the causes, effects and its safety measures. What are the causes? Earthquakes in an seas or ocean. The earthquakes which occurs on a land, we call it the sudden release of energy on a land part. We have learned that it is an earthquake. But when it occurs in an seas or oceans, we call it as tsunami, which results in a form of the flow of water onto the land. So these are the major causes of tsunami. And what are its effects? The water enters the roads and fills houses and buildings will collapse. So when the water flows onto the land, what happens? The buildings, whatever the things are present on the land part will get collapsed. So with the high pressure, the waves are hitting on the land. So when this water is hitting on the land, the buildings will collapse. What are the trees, plants, animals, people will float away. So water enters into the land and fills houses and buildings will collapse. So what are the safety measures? So we have learned that all the natural disasters, the relief measures are given by the government. When there is a natural disasters occurred, we can see that the relief measures are given by the government. So at that time, you should not get panic and you should be brave enough to face it, and you are trying to save your life. And move to a place above the water level. You should move to a place which is above the water level, which is a higher places, higher buildings and higher trees or plant that you have to select and you are going to stay there. Do not run. You should not run in that situations. Wait for relief measures. You have to wait for the relief measures. Do not get panic. Move to a place above the water level. Do not run and wait for the relief measures. So that you can see that some of the effects you can avoid, you can prevent from the natural disasters. Okay children, now let us learn from the reader. Children, open your workbook, page number 156. Tsunami. Tsunamis are giant waves of water that crash on the land from the sea. Tsunamis are giant waves of water that crash on the land from the sea. You can see a giant waves, how it is hitting on the land part. So they are caused by earthquakes in oceans. The water makes a big wave which gets bigger and bigger as it reaches land. Every day we will see waves in seas or oceans, but it is a giant wave, a very big wave which gets bigger and bigger and as it reaches land. These waves are very powerful and flood the area. So when the water hits the land, we can see everywhere the flood covers the area. So they damage buildings and roads and sometimes wash away people too. So when it is hitting with a high pressure, they will damage the buildings, roads, and sometimes they wash away the people also. So to be safe during a tsunami, we should move to the highest point on land or a building as soon we come to know that a tsunami is coming. We should not go near the beach during that time. To be safe during a tsunami, we should move to the highest point on land or a building as soon we come to know that tsunami is coming. We should not go near the beach during that time. Now see that and underline tsunamis, giant, and write it as keywords. The governments have disaster management organizations to help people affected by natural disasters. For all the natural disasters, the governments will have disaster management organizations to help the people affected by it. So they provide them food, shelter and medical help. They also help in their rehabilitation. So here Underline governments, disaster management, organizations and rehabilitation. Here, what is meant by rehabilitation? You are going to even learn the glossary also, very important children, for each lesson. Rehabilitation here, to get back to their original state before something happened. When there is an occurrence of natural disaster, they will see that to get back their original state before something which is happened. And here you can see that, did you know, the tremor of the earthquake that happened in China in 1556 was felt in 97 countries across the world. So that was a huge earthquake which happened in 1556 in China. Now look at the practice questions, children. Today you are going to complete 7th and 8th. How is a tsunami different from an earthquake? How is a tsunami different from an earthquake? So earthquakes, the shaking which will happen on the land part. But tsunamis, how it is different? Tsunamis, the earthquakes which will happen below the water. That means in an ocean or seas. The earthquakes which happens inside the sea or ocean or in a water body. So in this way it is different from an earthquake. Earthquake where it happens on land part. And 8th one, why do we have different safety measures to be followed during different natural disasters? So why do we have different safety measures for the different natural disasters? Because they have their different effects. Suppose floods will have the flow of water. That means everything will get filled up with water. Whereas droughts, they have different effects. They don't have water anywhere. So in this way, the safety measures will be different from natural disasters because their effects are different. So we have different safety measures because then each natural disasters will have their different effects. So in that way, it will have different safety measures. So in this way, you are going to complete 7th and 8th answer. Now take out your workbook, children. Open your workbook, page number 48, children. This is our last topic from last block. Write today's date. Complete S4 tsunami. You can see here picture A and picture B. And you can see the earthquakes happened in a water body. Whereas here, you cannot see the tsunami part here. But when the earthquake occurs here, the waves will flow into higher and higher and it hits the land part. So this results in a tsunami. Here you can see an article, Tokyo, March 11, 2011. A big earthquake and a tsunami struck Japan this morning. The earthquake caused tsunami that sent big waves of water over the coastal cities. More than 1,000 people have been killed. Thousands of homes have been destroyed. Many roads are blocked. Trains and buses have stopped running and power and cell phones are not working. Here, the earthquake caused the tall buildings to shake. Then very high waves crashed onto the shore, washing away cars and carrying away houses, trees, factories, fields and highways. On this day, what happened? A big earthquake and a tsunami struck Japan. And the earthquake caused that tsunami sent big waves of water to the coastal cities. In that, 1,000 people have been killed. Even thousands of homes have been destroyed. And the roads have been blocked. Even the trains, buses have been stopped running. And the power supply and the cell phones, they are not working. The first what happened, the earthquake caused the tall buildings to shake. Then very high waves crashed onto the shore. So washing away everything like cars, carrying away houses, trees, factories and fields and highways. So from this article you are going to write causes. What causes a tsunami? When an earthquake happens under a sea or ocean, big waves are formed. When these waves hit the shore, they cause tsunami. So when an earthquake happens under a sea or ocean, big waves are formed. When these waves hit the shore, they cause a tsunami. And see the second one, write what should we do during a tsunami and after a tsunami. So go to the higher areas like trees, hills or top floor of the buildings. Do not go near to the beaches. And after a tsunami, boil water before using it. Follow the instructions issued by the government. See the third one. Can a city near a river get affected by a tsunami? Give reasons for your answer. Tsunami happens only in seas and oceans. So a place near a river cannot have a tsunami. So a river is a floating water. So we cannot see a tsunami happening in rivers. So tsunami happens only in seas and oceans. So a place near a river cannot have a tsunami. So complete this worksheet.